So we know Diana is starting top side. So pushing the wave is fine here, but I think using your Q, you should save it, especially at level 1, because then you just have no abilities to trade if Kled wants to punish you for using your Q. Which he should. He should go on you after you use your Q, just because you have no abilities to trade back into him. Now, I think you should be in a better position to capitalize on the level 2. Like going for this back minion here, I think you should be going towards one in the front to try and hit level 2 closer to him to punish him. I don't know who wins that level 2 all in because he's also about to hit 2. But just as a general statement, hit minions closer to them so you can punish harder when you hit level 2. And then also, I wouldn't use your Q to last hit that minion there, just because now you have no ability. Or you only have 1 now that you're level 2. But he can trade onto you if he took E or something. And trade onto you since you have no Q, and win super hard.
A summoner has disconnected.
Here, I would be focusing on just clearing this wave now. Because 1, you'll hit level 3 first. And 2, we want to get a back off. We're assuming Diana's pathing down. On the off chance she decides to gank top right now after a 3 camp. You want to kill as many of those minions as possible. So yeah, we want to just get our wave in a better spot. And we want to focus on killing this so we can get out of it. We don't want to be in this position, especially now that you're level 3 and he's level 2. I would get this under now, so that way this wave here doesn't catch it and stop it from getting under. Let's see. Might be. The casters might not be. Yeah, that's really, really rough. Yeah, that sucks actually. This is good though. Looking to go get a ward. Just crash the wave a little faster. Oh yeah, I also think that that's also really good that you didn't drop a ward over here, you drop it over here, because we know Diana's not topside. So that's just a good word for roaming from mid. And right now, your wave is bouncing away, so I would just base and come back, and if he decides to shove it, you have TP, but you should base right now, because your wave is bouncing. You have no reason to stay. Yeah, you're gonna end up getting stuck here a long, long time, because your wave is gonna go on the tower, and then it's gonna bounce, and then you can't leave until it crashes. So, this is kind of a really tough spot to be in, since you didn't base. Yeah, this is gonna be really rough. Let's see if he comes back. Okay, he doesn't. But you're about to be in a rough spot because Diana's coming up, and we know that she's most likely full clearing down and basing right now after she did bot crab. That's why this is really rough. Also, what did you buy? Oh, no, you didn't like it. Excuse me. This is really good anticipation by Kairos. I don't know if you calmed this. If you just calmed this, that's good. Hopefully base here. Yeah. And I know we've talked about Iron Spike Whip before. Plated steel caps might be better, and also like triple longsword, because I think you had like 1150 gold or something. So maybe like triple longswords and a pink or something, but Iron Spike Whip specifically isn't the best to buy. It's not the worst by any means, but that's just my opinion. If you're like opposed to it and you really just prefer buying Iron Spike Whip, like I'm not gonna tell you to not buy Iron Spike Whip ever, and you're doo-doo if you buy it type thing. Yeah. Here, he stays here for a long time and splits XP, so you actually fall a little bit behind. But yeah, he stays here a little bit too long, I think. And I don't know if you can actually see that sapling that he throws, but be very careful when you're doing this. Like I would EW and not Q, because you don't want to hit the wave in case he gets away. Because if he does get away, like if he E's through you or something, and you can also layer CC that way, but if he gets through you, the gank is over. And then, but also, you didn't damage the wave. So like the wave because you Q'd, it hit the wave a lot, and now the wave is going to end up pushing away. That's a fine trade. I think one more auto attack to get him dismounted. I don't know if there's a reason not to dismount him, other than just the fact that he's dismounted. There's no problem with that. I think you back out after your W. In my opinion, I think you back out, especially because he has his W up, and you don't want to be fighting in his wave any longer. And he gets a dismount on this. Yeah, I mean, I probably would have done the same thing with the ulti. I mean, obviously you didn't have to ulti, but you should just be basing here. No reason to stay. You have no cooldowns, you have no ulti, just go to base. Bye, come back stronger. Because the wave is going to be bouncing, and by the time you get back, the wave won't be crashed yet. So just base. Yeah, that sucks actually. You should have based before, because that wave, this wave is caught on the one in front of the tower, and so your wave is gonna be like, what is with those minions? But your wave is gonna be like right here, around here, and then closer to his tower, so it's bouncing. If you leave right now, but since you stayed for the other wave, it's gonna end up meeting in the middle and being sort of pushing through you. Like right here. Now this wave isn't gonna get caught with your tower, and it's gonna be in the middle instead. What'd you buy? Yeah, I mean, nothing, not against anything there. Yeah, you would have been back by now. You would have pulled us in the freeze earlier. Now here, I think you just stay on the wave because I'm in base. It's completely on me and a different thing. Also, I think you flash sooner here. Trying to dodge this. I don't know if you can see the X on the ground or not for Kled's ult. I honestly have no idea. But I also think you should hold it right there. Once you see all three, and if it's just Kled, don't Q. Just so you can hold the bigger heal, and maybe you can like take one. Yeah, you could have taken out the Cassante. I think that's about it for this game. Lane phase is pretty much over. I mean, I might just skip through this here. Let's see. Yeah, here I would be focusing on clearing it a little bit harder, because it's gonna get under here soon. If you either do it this wave or you do it next wave. Either one is fine. Yeah, so fully push this wave right here. You want to get a reset in. Don't want to give him any chance. Oh, don't forget to escort. Escort the wave. Okay, he didn't pull it. If he pulled it, that, I mean, he has Tiamat, so it doesn't matter, but you should reset here. Yeah, a little bit too far out, you should have just based. I know you want to get a ward in, but it's taking a little bit too long, and you end up not getting a base for it. Now, how much gold do you have? 600? I mean, 2 long swords. I don't know, that's debatable if that ward is worth it. Holding off the base for the ward. So I know I've mentioned this before, but if you're gonna do the wave pull, you have to stick to it. So let's see what ends up happening here. Play towards the top of the lane as well, towards the top bushes if you're gonna pull. Because if you do try to bully him out of minions, the minions will turn to you and hit you instead of your minions, so it'll end up pushing into him. Yeah, careful about auto-attacking there. If you auto-attack him, again, the minions target you instead of your minions. So it ends up pushing to him, and then pulling the wave ends up not working. Especially queuing the wave, be careful. Now here you have a really good wave, because he's matched the hits. That's a good Q. You should be looking to empower Q him. Just be careful about how much you actually hit the wave, unless you're contesting 3. So here, since you're level 3, now that he W'd, you should be trading onto him really, really hard right now, because he's got no W, and that's like all of his damage, right? So right now, trade really, really hard into him. And he's got no bone plating, because he procced it earlier. But because you're playing so passive, you kind of miss an opportunity to punish him really, really hard. It's a good trade. I would have E'd instead of W'd to try and stall some time because of his bone plating. So if you E through him and wait for the bone plating to fall off and then W and then E back through, it does a lot more damage. And there, just traded into his wave. Let's have a second look at this. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Maybe you thought that your E would have given you the empowered Q? Maybe? I'm not sure. But I think also your recast of your E, instead of going down this way close to the wall, you should take it up this way towards like away from the wall. It also looks like your E is the empowered one, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, so here, try and build up some fury and try and hit him with empowered Qs to get a health advantage. Yeah, once he uses his Q there, you can trade onto him. I know he still has his W, but I think you can trade onto him here. I know you see this, but you need to stay on this wave because it's pushing out. If Orin moves to this, that's really, really good for you because you can clear this and crash it. You have to tell us that you can't move, and so me and Kairos hopefully will adjust accordingly. But you need to be selfish here and focus on your wave because if he stays with you, I mean, you know, it's even, right? It's a 2v2. If he goes down and you don't, you crash this wave and it bounces and you get a really good wave state. So here you be selfish and focus on the wave. Especially because Vi is topside now, it's really scary, this wave state. Here, just focus on, I wouldn't be trading on him. I mean, it ends up working out, but I would be focusing on the wave, trying to get this under as hard as possible. That sucks. A little bit avoidable. Not necessarily because we knew Vi would be there. I mean, we did know she was topside and probably would come back. But I think if you focused on the wave and getting it under and escorting it, it would have been avoidable. But Vi could have came at any time. So... I think your best option there was not moving when there's that skirmish in the river, just focusing on the wave. Getting a bind. Call fields. And so here I would actually try and queue the whole wave and kill as many as possible. To try and hit 6. I don't know how close you are. Oh, you're not close. Never mind. Yeah, it's rough at this point, but right now I think you should be focusing on building Fury when his W's down. Like right now, you have a couple seconds. Building Fury and trying to get an empowered Q off on him to get a health advantage. I think that's the only way you can really get back into it. Luckily he has bombs, which is kind of troll. Yeah, I think at this point it's a little bit tough. I won't go too much more into this lane, but just build up Fury at this point when you're behind and try and get empowered Qs off onto him, like, you know, EQ, something like that. Just to heal and do some damage, get bone plating, whatever. Do whatever you can to get a health advantage. Try and bait his W maybe. There's not really a whole lot to do. Support now. Yeah, well played. Dodged the front W really well. Vi kind of comes out of nowhere. I mean, it was technically defensible, but I don't think, like, I would expect you to dodge Vi flash Q.
I am not finished.
Well played. Good there, everything is fine. Just a little bit of early stuff.
Blue team double kill.
Yeah, I think that's about it.